Hi. Now in this tutorial what I'm going to show you is how we work out the exact values without a calculator of cosine, tan and sine of negative angles which are multiples of 60, 30 or 45 degrees. Now, as I say, this is a follow-up to an earlier tutorial, so if you're viewing this one on my website you'll find a link to the positive version where we discuss the quadrant rule and the trig ratios for the 60-30 degree triangle and the 45 degree triangle. Now the difference with this one is that we're dealing with negative angles in the quadrant rule, and you can see that this was for positive angles we turn in an anti-clockwise sense. Now for negative angles what's happening is that we start from 0 degrees but we're turning this way round in a clockwise sense. So 270 degrees is the same as minus 90 degrees. 180 degrees now is the same as minus 180 degrees. Then we come round to here and that would be a turn now of minus 270 degrees. Just squeeze that in there and then back home for minus 360 degrees. Alright? So when we come to the cosine of minus 240 degrees, we start from here, turn in a clockwise direction, so that's minus 90, minus 180 and minus 240 degrees will be in this quadrant here. So what we do is mark in the line in the usual way and just mark it in like that, say. Drop a perpendicular down to the horizontal line here and let's mark in our turn of minus 240 degrees. It started here, turns all the way round in this direction to there. That's minus 240 degrees then. And it leaves us with an acute angle inside this triangle. And what would that be? Well, it's 180 degrees to there, so it's a further 60 degrees to turn that 240 degrees. So this acute angle in here is 60 degrees. So when it comes to working out the cosine of minus 240 degrees, it's based on the cosine of 60 degrees. But in the usual way, we've got to remember that in this quadrant, only sine is positive, so cosine would be negative. So this is going to be the same as minus the cosine then of 60 degrees. And what is the cosine of 60 degrees? Well, to this triangle, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, so it would be adjacent 1 over the hypotenuse 2. So a half, but because of this, minus is going to be minus a half. Alright, there's that one. You might like to pause the video and have a go at this one now and check your answer when you come back. Okay, well, did you have a go? Well, let's see if how you got on. Minus 150 degrees, where's that going to be? Well, starting from here, turning in the negative sense, minus 90, it's minus 180 back to there, so it's going to be in this quadrant. So we draw a line then from here in this quadrant. Drop a perpendicular onto the horizontal, complete the triangle, mark your angle in of minus 150 degrees. That leaves us with the acute angle here. What's that acute angle going to be? It's going to be 30 degrees to make up that 180 degree turn. So we're working with the 30 degrees and we're doing the tan then of minus 150. Tangent in this quadrant is positive, so this is going to be the same as the tangent or tan of 30 degrees. What's the tan of 30? Go over to the triangle again. Tan is opposite over adjacent, so opposite is 1, adjacent is root 3, so we have positive 1 over root 3. And finally, again you might like to pause the video and have a go at this one. Okay, let's see what you get. So we have sine of minus 60. Minus 60 will be in this quadrant here. So if we draw a line out here, drop back onto the horizontal, complete the triangle and mark in the turn of minus 60 degrees. Now with this one, that's going to be minus 60 degrees. But what is that acute angle going to be? Well, clearly it's going to be exactly the same, only positive 60 degrees. So, doing the sine of minus 60, sine in this quadrant, what is it? Well, cosine is positive, so sine would be negative. So this is going to be the same as minus the sine of 60 degrees. Sine of 60, go over to here, and what have we got? Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, root 3 over 2. So minus root 3 over 2. And there you go. Alright?